What's up?
Here. What up? What up?
Another wild week. We got a special guest. How's everyone feeling?
Doing great, man.
Yeah, you're not high, Dave?
No.
I'm starting off with that question, Dave, because I've been hearing stories, Dave. I got to tell you,
Stories.
I'm not liking what I'm hearing in these streets about you and the edibles.
Me and the edibles.
I've been hearing some stuff.
Those are between me and the edibles. What's your problem?
The missus. There's a chain in that link that's a little loose, and some of your secrets are getting out. Skinny, I'm hearing a few things about you too with the edibles.
Me? What'd I do?
I'm hearing a few things, guys. I've never tried edibles, but I'm hearing some stuff, guys. I'm just being honest with you guys.
Yeah. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
I need the login so I can check chats and stuff like that.
Well, we already started the show, so message us that stuff, and
I did. Nobody was responding.
I just saw them and I added them to it. So yeah, I just popped in. We'll just.
I didn't know we were live. I was backstage the whole time trying to add myself in.
Is it you couldn't hear us? Because in backstage you're supposed to be able to hear people.
Yeah, but you can't hear me.
No, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. I didn't hear you. I saw you in the corner, but I thought you were just taking your time. See, because sometimes for those of you who are listening to this probably makes absolutely no sense. But sometimes when we're doing the show, Toby likes to take a moment at the beginning of the show, so I don't just throw him on anymore because I realize there's been times where I've thrown him on and he's taken himself off, and I'm like, my bad.
Yeah, my bad. I threw him on because I just got the power and I'm just kind of used to it.
No,
so
that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want that power back. That's all.
Oh, word, shit.
We'll figure that out for next time. But in the meantime, we got a guest with us this week. I'm going to put him front and center. He's here with us, coming to us live from the West Coast, which isn't the best coast, but he might start to. I don't like the fact that some of our strong Nubian princes from Montreal be moving out there and doing big things. Akeem's out there getting roles. You got Kwesi doing things, getting roles. You got Omari over there doing things. All y'all keep moving out west and becoming big TV people in Hollywood North.
Yeah, because people populate over there.
I'm not happy with it.
Which I don't understand why. I don't understand why there aren't more black people here. There's zero snow. Maybe it's because it's high tides. That's why. I don't know what it is. I don't understand.
Wait, are you talking about Vancouver right now?
Yeah, Vancouver.
Okay.
I don't understand why there's not more black people here. This place is amazing. This place is heaven on earth of Canada. I swear to you. But son, I seen snow for 2 days straight. I looked at my fridge and said, I got enough food to last me a week. I'm straight. I didn't leave the crib. I almost had a stroke. I did not leave the crib. I saw anxiety. It was insane. But welcome. I'm happy to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, man. It's been a minute. You want to tell us a little bit about what the story of the move, because you were doing your thing in Montreal last time you were on the show. You're working your comedy angle. You're doing shows. You're blowing up, and you got into the top 10 last year in Best of Montreal, and then
top five. I got top five.
Top five. Sorry, true. Credit.
Top three like y'all. It's all good. My name was in the paper. My name was in the paper. So we did. But
then, yeah, man, tell us the story.
It's simple. Listen, first of all, I just want to let everybody know I got the Rona. So if I run out of breath, it's because of the Rona. I'm drinking tea, water. I got a bunch of lotion here. So I'm working on myself. I got the Rona, but we're good. But no, the story of me moving here is that I had been to Vancouver 3 times prior, and every time that I came here, my experiences incrementally got high. See, I'm saying shit like incrementally. Stop playing me, right? It was better and better. I came here in the fall of 2018 with my mom, right? I was at a point where I wasn't working. I was broke as shit, and my mom, she works for the airline, and she gets these passes where it doesn't carry over. If you don't use them within a certain time, you lose them. So she's like, "Yo, let's have a mother-son trip. Let's go to Vancouver." And I was like, "Nah, I'm broke." And she's like, "Just come." And I went. She didn't talk to convince me. I went. And I got put on the Yuck out here and did a full weekend here. And this was when I was like, I want to say like maybe 9 months in the comedy. I was really green. But I went in, killed it. And they said, anytime you come back. So I went back again just to watch. And then that was in 2019. And then last year, I got invited to perform. And then I said, yo, if I leave Montreal and I can't go to New York, I'm gonna go to Vancouver. And it was COVID. It was last summer. It was September. And my roommate, she was getting a condo. Right? She wanted to be an adult and mortgage instead of a rent. So she's like, "Are you gonna come with me or gonna go back to Toronto?" So I'm like, "I don't know. I'll let you know." She finds a place. And I said, "So we're moving out this day." And I said, "I think we'll go to Vancouver." She said, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go to Vancouver." And she said, "You're just gonna go to Vancouver?" I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to Vancouver. I got some CERB money saved up. I have no bills, no responsibilities.
Yeah.
Right. I got a duffel bag and back $1 and a dream. Wow. So I picked up my stuff and I told my mom, "Hey, book me a ticket to Vancouver." You know what I mean?
Well, that's it, right? Like that's the story
exactly.
You hear so many people talk about the fact that like they show up in New York with $1, a duffel bag, and an ambition, and then 5 years later they're like running a restaurant or something like that, or they like
crazy.
Yeah, some crazy story about like, and that's the crazy part of like when you hear people talk about quote unquote the American, but North American dream of like, if you really want it, you will find a way to do it. And I mean, last time you were on the show, you said similar things. You were just like, this is not a game for me. Like I'm doing it.
I'm a broken record. Like I like people, for me, if you don't really want it, if you find excuses, right? The way I look at things is that nothing's impossible if there's one example of someone who did it. Right? People always think, "Oh, but Vancouver's so expensive; it's impossible to live there." I'm like, "Well, there's 4 million people that live here every day. How do they do it?"
Yeah.
Right? There's ways to do it. There's you figure out what your statute of limitations are. I've been here since September 15th, right? September 15th to now. Somebody do that math. I ain't doing that. Dave, you're the white one. You can do the math.
He's also the accountant.
I'm an accountant.
Right. And I haven't had a full-time job since I've been here. I haven't worked a day job since I got here. I chose to rather be available to do other things like this in the middle of the day instead of being like, "Oh, I gotta see when I get off work, blah 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 blah." No, I'm free during the day. My statute of limitations is very low. My bills are minimal. I'm good. I'm living my dream. I'm doing what I got. I'm doing shows and then booking shit. It's great.
That's awesome, man. Awesome. It's never easy uprooting yourself from one location to another. Like I know I did that in 2012 from Montreal to Toronto with nothing. Same thing, right? So,
that ain't no uproot.
Yo, dude, that's an uproot. That is an uproot. If you're talking about more expensive. You mentioned that before. That's a fact.
Bro, everybody got family in Toronto. That is a megabus ticket and 3 months on couch surfing. That's it.
Yo, I hate the megabus so much, man. Oh my god.
That's the hardest part about moving to Toronto is having to take the megabus to get there. That's it,
dude. Like years ago, when I visited some friends out here, I remember like my first megabus experience. You kind of have to get there. I didn't know, right? I've never taken the bus like a Greyhound or anything to Toronto or anything like that before, so I didn't know there was like no seating arrangement. So like you get there, obviously there's a lineup. I was like, all right, cool, I'm waiting. But then the lineup, I was towards the end. And it turns out that the only seat left was next to the biggest person on the bus. And that person took about a seat and a half. So the whole trip, I'm like squished up on the side of the window. Oh, bro, that was one of the worst trips of my life. I hate the.
But you can book it on the website now, though. $3.
Oh well, yeah, but like what? We're talking like 15 years ago now. They must have at least. Hopefully, they upgraded.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Good God. Yo, so Toby, you made a little bit of a face when I said Hollywood North for Vancouver. Is there a reason that you had that face? I know some people like to think Toronto, but I'm hearing Toronto doesn't hold the title anymore.
I don't know if they both have things filming there though. Like I don't know which one has the crown at this point, right? Vancouver has the recurring CW shows for sure. But Toronto has like movies and a bunch of other Netflix shows. Not as much though. I don't know.
Do you want to put money on it?
I feel like
He's like, I'm in the game now. It's gonna change.
well, no, I'm not putting money on it, bro. No,
Put the
that's
stimmy check.
Put the stimmy on it, fam.
man. I wish I got a stimmy.
Jeez. No, Toronto does have a huge market in terms of entertainment, but
Yeah.
it's a huge perception of that. Like it's not Vancouver got a lot of sleeper shit, right? Like half the Netflix shows that you see are filmed here. Almost every superhero show that's ever been on TV was filmed here.
Yes.
You have all the CW.
Yeah, that I know.
You have Smallville did every single season out here. Yeah, Smallville.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Smallville did.
I know that. I know you.
Supernatural.
Yeah, 15 seasons of Supernatural. It's. I got to admit, I know that when it comes to the CW, they've essentially built a community out there. Like
They monopolized the hell out of Vancouver.
Yeah, they've been doing like 15, 16 years out there. I know this.
Netflix got a business.
Sorry, say what?
Netflix got an office out here.
Oh,
Got
for
all
real?
Production. And they're building a production studio here.
Oh shit. Okay. I know that CBS Paramount is supposedly trying to build something in Toronto because they want to start doing more stuff with the CBC. I mean, that's one of the things I like seeing is that the American networks, not just the cable networks, but the networks, the OGs are trying to plant their flag in Canada a little bit more because NBC Universal has dealings with CBC. That show that I was telling you guys about a couple weeks ago, Pretty Hard Dicks, is NBC Universal.
That's not the name.
Pretty Hard Cases. It was originally called Lady Dicks. That's it. Yeah.
What? Pretty hard. What?
It was called Lady Dicks before, as in like Lady Detectives.
Come up though.
Yeah.
Yo,
Space.
Akeem's like, wait,
what?
Let me explain. CBC was producing a show about women detectives called Lady Dicks, but NBC Universal was, co-producing, and I'm pretty sure because Canada doesn't care. We've had pretty wild show names in the past, so we don't give. But you could tell NBC Universal was just like, you're not going to get away with having a show called Lady Dicks. So they changed the name to Pretty Hard Cases, which stars one of the girls from Orange is the New Black and this Canadian actress who's been on a whole bunch of like stand-up shows and stuff. Unfortunately, I don't have the IMDb in front of me. I said their names last time. Yeah, so those two stars, and it's an entertaining show, but I like the fact that, like I was saying, NBC Universal is one of the co-producers. It's like a joint venture with CBC. So, we've been seeing like CBS did Flashpoint back in the day. Like we've seen the like, and ABC did Rookie Blue, I think. We've seen the networks in the States grab shows and sometimes early seasons put money in, but then kind of just like let it ride because they're just like, these Canadian shows. But now I feel like they're really getting serious about it because we've seen Schitt's Creek do really well. We've seen Little Mosque on the Prairie do exceptionally well on international front. Like you've had a good number of Canadian shows.
Kim's Convenience. Stuff
Kim
like
Convenience. Yes, thank you. Yes.
Nurses just got picked up by NBC a couple months ago.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So Nurses was another show.
Shout out to Tristan.
So shout out to my cousin Tristan. So I see Lady and the Dick.
Oh, interesting. Is that the same show?
2020. I don't know.
It's supposed to be called Pretty Hard Cases. That's the original name. Like that's the real name now. You know what? I've already given people an inappropriate soundbite. They're happy with it. They're going to use it again.
I just here's my thing though. Go ahead. My bad.
No, I was gonna say at the end of the day, I'm happy that they're filming out here more because it also means more money for people who either want to be extras or if they need to film like at your place or something or on your street, like they actually like pay residents. So it's bringing money in some way, shape, or form, right? I just got 3 bills from what we do in the shadows, which is dope. So
I thought you weren't supposed to say who.
They're not gonna watch this. It's okay.
Yo, that's the best. Because I remember when we talked about the first time, you're just like, yeah, I'm not supposed to say, but blah blah. And we were like, okay, cool. This man jumps on the show and says it publicly.
It's not gonna go anywhere. We're not going viral
I
on this
love
one, so we're okay.
We're not going viral.
Unlike Toby, I have high hopes in us going viral on the weekly. And
imagine this
like,
was the one.
yo,
show up, be
I'm
like,
telling you. Yeah, I'm gonna tag this episode "What We Do in the Shadows." Hopefully, people do jump in and start.
Do
watching.
it.
That's hilarious. The one thing
I don't mind that kind of heat. Actually,
They're gonna jump in your DMs and start asking you to try and take pictures whenever they're filming out in your streets because they know.
Hey, sir, we're gonna need you to return that money.
That's already spent.
Yeah.
It's gone, man.
Homie, the stimmy check, the 3 bills, it's all you.
Oh, God. You know where I live? Toronto. Stop. Young Eglinton. Stop playing.
Yo, meet me on Jane and Finch.
That's it. Stop playing with me. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
But the one thing I am happy about American productions coming here, it's dope. Like Toby said, that money's being spread around. But in terms of the talent that's being used, one thing I don't like is American productions coming here using all this country has to offer because you can dress it up however you want. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember when I worked on Billie Holiday a year and a half ago, right? That they had all different types of settings throughout that movie, and they dressed up Montreal to make it look however they wanted. Countryside, downtown, city, however you want it. And the main cast was all American, right?
Yeah,
there wasn't really any positions for people who are Canadian to be seen or get awards and stuff like that, right? So if you're gonna come here to use all the stuff, give opportunities, career starting opportunities to the talent that's here as well. Don't sign me up and make me a barista.
Yeah,
right.
I want somewhere I could be Baby Idris or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to get it. Like, what takers, mate? What takers?
Yeah. I'm gonna nod to Jay Grizz's comment here. And it's true, I agree. They do actually film quite a bit, and I actually did Not a Journalist episode with Tanisha Collins, and that's going to be coming out in a week or so. But her and I talk about the fact that the green screen technology in Montreal and the Mel Studios and stuff like that are some of the best. You know, the 300, Zack Snyder's 300 was done here. We've seen it. They X-Men, all those films were done here. There's a lot of major projects that are done in Montreal because of the green screen technology. Yes, I know they're doing more out west, Akeem.
No. I'm talking about the quality of the X-Men, those X-Men films.
Oh,
bro, like you got CW out there. I mean, don't point the finger at us.
I'm not at all. I'm just saying. I don't know. You see Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique in 5 different movies, and she's 5 different shades of blue. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
But things we have people like Jennifer Lawrence showing up though.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking.
Yeah, David just out here pouring that tea real quick.
I just want to hate more on Toronto though. That was more towards Toronto.
Okay.
That's all right, man. We're good out here.
Man,
we're used to it.
Yeah, I was gonna
Toronto, say they steal our friends and they're
I gotta
jerks. They're
I gotta say
hockey teams.
Anytime I hear about my friends moving out to Toronto, the first question is, are you sure you want to spend the next 3 years just defending that you're from Montreal until your new local friends get used to you? Because there's always that period of everyone just constantly being like, yo, you're from Montreal, like all those jokes. Like,
I have to put up with the hockey team jokes for a while, but then it's like Toronto has trust me. I put those jokes down real quick.
Yeah. Down every time.
Oh man.
And I'm not even a hockey fan. I just know to say 23 cups and then everyone shuts up.
Yeah, I'm a Habs fan through and through for sure. If I had to pick one, I'm not a Leafs fan.
Yeah.
But we're all Raptors fans.
Facts.
I mean,
You don't have a choice.
Wait, you're a Memphis Grizzlies fan now because you're out there in Vancouver.
Real quick.
Disappears from frame.
Golden State. I hope you're not a bandwagoner, please. That's one thing.
Man.
I got a whole bunch of friends, a whole bunch of my friends from Toronto and like Canada who ended up in. For some odd reason, a lot of my friends are in San Francisco and stuff, and I just constantly hear about the Golden State Warriors. And I'm like, were you guys fans before they started winning, though?
Seattle.
Oh,
Seattle.
yeah. Oh, shit. But yeah, man.
But,
Lose the Grizzlies to Memphis. I
mean,
There was no money. There was no viewership out there for them in Vancouver.
at the time, yeah, at the time.
They should have drafted Yao Ming when they had the chance.
Who was the white guy? What was the white guy with the buzz cut that looked like a tall Drew Carey? Remember they had they had
Tall Drew Carey.
they had that one dude on their team back in the day, and he looked like a tall Drew. Yeah, see, Skinny knows exactly what I'm talking about because I remember we used to joke about that because there's a dude at my high school that looked like him, and we used to.
Grizz, Jamal, you know the answer to this. Come on.
Yeah, I used to always laugh because I would be like, I don't know who this dude is. But you know, that's the thing. When it comes to basketball in Canada, I feel a lot of people was talking about the fact that they're hoping that Montreal gets a team. And I'm always trying to explain to them, like, it'd be cool, but for you to get a team in Montreal or for any major team to come to a city like Montreal, you guys have to be able to have the fans. And when it comes to basketball, Montreal just does not have the fans. We don't.
That's
we just
not
don't.
true. That's not true.
We don't have enough.
Wait,
We
for
don't
what?
have enough.
For basketball?
For a basketball team to survive in Montreal every year, we don't have enough.
I don't think it's too French.
We don't have
it's
Akeem, I'm
not.
telling you. I'm telling you. Even the smallest stadium, if you had the smallest stadium in the league in Montreal for basketball, for the population, the amount of people you would need to sell out every week, and that percentage of the population, we do not have the same interest.
Here's my thing.
Brian Reeves, yes. Shout out to Jay Grizz for coming up with
Yeah, Brian Reeves, thank you. Big country.
Brian Reeves. So this is coming from a person who's been actively sending emails to the NBA. Probably going to the spam folder. It's about the attempts, right? To get the NBA All-Star Weekend in Montreal. To pique interest in the city to show exactly how much. Because think about it. You're assuming that we are the only ones that need to fill the stadiums. Every week you look at different teams, they have about, like, I'll tell you, what was it, 35 to 40% of just the visitors coming in to watch those games.
Yeah.
So we're all over the East Coast. So we have New York between Nets, Brooklyn, Boston, Miami, Toronto alone.
Okay, so I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why it may not happen in Montreal. It happens in February, and Montreal winters are too harsh, bro.
That's my thing.
I was in New York for All-Star Weekend 2014, I think is when it was in New York. Right. It was winter there, but there was not a lot of snow. It was freezing cold, but there was not a lot of snow. It wasn't like crazy. Trust me, Montreal at that same time would not work.
Okay, Akeem, hit it.
If they could do it in Toronto, they could do it in Montreal.
No, even Toronto winters aren't that harsh. Toronto winters are mild as hell, bro. Compared to Montreal, trust.
Okay,
I've had 10 years to compare.
He has the data.
Here's my thing. Is Toronto okay? It's not as crazy in comparison, but it's still crazy enough for you to be like, this is a little bit. Should we do this? Oh, we have Miami, we have Toronto. You know what I mean? This is my point. Not to mention, Toronto is so spaced out. How many times have you guys gone to club and places been whacked, but you're committed? But it's winter. Whereas at least in Montreal, you're not outside for long unless you're waiting the clubs. But it doesn't take to bounce around from place to place to place.
Yeah, I'll give you the points that. So one thing about it, and I'll acknowledge, when it comes to Montreal as a nightlife city and the appeal of the city itself, we have one of the best nightlifes on the East Coast or in Canada. Period. Flat. You know that. Hands down. And the only reason I didn't say in the world is because I've only been to a few places, and the only places I've clubbed has been Australia, Zurich, Switzerland, and Montreal. And yes, in those places, Montreal still beats them, but I can't.
Vegas is hard too.
Huh?
Yeah.
Vegas is pretty hard.
Yeah, Barcelona was dope.
Oh yeah, that's true. I've been out in Barcelona. Barcelona is pretty dope. That's true.
Barcelona is The
And
only
the people-
problem with Barcelona is the times. The times the club's open is it takes a little getting used to.
Yo,
Dude,
it doesn't even make any sense. You're eating supper at 9 p.m.
we went
2:30. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah, the first day we got there, we're like, all right, we're gonna go out. My girl and I were there, and then we go to the club, and it's 11. We're like,
no one.
Why is there no one?
2 o'clock, 2:30 is when people are showing up, and I'm like,
yo,
what the? Like, what's
yo,
happening?
you're going back to your hotel at like 8-9 a.m., dude.
Yes, yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
It doesn't make
It's
any
crazy.
sense. But
Yeah.
again, so
one.
but for the nightlife in Montreal, if
Yeah.
if the All-Star game came to Montreal, I legit I get it, because I'm sure the NHL All-Star weekends that they've had in Montreal have probably been some of the most insane they've ever had.
Oh, one of them? Like, what?
Man,
I
I
don't
wonder
know.
how that is, right? Because we have, I mean, the only thing I could put on the same level, like Grand Prix weekend, maybe
Yeah.
is what
Yes.
an All-Star weekend would be.
And those
Yeah.
stopped
Probably close,
peaking
yeah.
like 2012. Those stopped peaking like 2012, 2014.
A while back, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's summer.
Right?
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I could see it.
Yeah,
You know,
every
but-
NBA star comes into the city, and all the people who travel to come in for the same time just to experience All-Star weekend, Montreal would blow up. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
it-
look at Just for Laughs, right? Look at Just for Laughs. You have celebrities that come in here just for laughs, and they take over the city, and they love it. Not to mention all these Americans, because the dollar's so I think everything's on sale, so they spend way more money all the time.
Facts.
Right?
So
Like
true.
Danny Green 2 years ago was in town.
Yeah,
Cheap bastard, but still, he had the time of his life. I mean,
That's true.
I met some players a couple years ago that played for the Jets. They had the time of their life. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
To care, you know what I'm saying? It's like they had the time of their life. So I'm saying for NBA All-Star weekend, for me, in my opinion, you shouldn't do it in a place that's not warm. That's just my thing.
Yeah,
You should keep it in Orlando, Miami, any of the LAs.
Atlanta.
Atlanta, sure. Phoenix.
Actually, the last one was in Atlanta. That's true.
Yeah, this one was
Yeah.
in Atlanta. Maybe Phoenix, maybe, right?
yeah.
But if you're gonna keep doing it all over the league and give other teams time to like chance like stadiums to make money and other cities to make money, give an opportunity to Montreal. Give us a chance to show you we're not interested. Don't just assume. That's my thing.
Well,
I
again,
don't know. There's too much money in there for him to give it a chance. You know what I mean?
here's
Like,
my thing. If you're going to look at putting a team here and you're going to put them up against the Montreal Canadiens because you're playing the seasons at the same time, that's the other problem. Because I've had again, I'm not a sports guy, but because I grew up in Montreal watching hockey dominate everything, when you had your baseball team and the Expos had to drop their ticket sales down to like $5 and were selling hot dogs for 99 cents, just begging people to come to the Olympic Stadium, and you still couldn't get people to come through, but your hockey team is selling out the Bell Center or the Forum before that. Yeah, I think, you know what, if anything, don't get me wrong, I respect the fact that the legacy of those 23 Stanley Cups is wonderful, but I think if anything, those 23 Stanley Cups stand in the way of us ever having another major sport, because at least right around now, because eventually the 23 Cups, you won't be able to say that forever. We haven't won one since 93.
Oh, why are you so loud,
The
bro?
team doesn't do.
Why are you so loud, dog?
Say what?
Why are you so loud, dog?
I'm just saying.
Why are you so loud? We're all right here. Dog, like chill, dog. Yeah,
That's so true.
Bro.
Does Montreal? Oh man, that's
When it
tough.
comes to
we only have one team. Montreal only has one team, right? That's it.
Yeah, and then
Impact.
we have
the impact, which is the summer.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, and the impact
'Cause
also.
the problem is if you have a basketball game and a hockey game at the same time, for sure the hockey stadium's filled up before the basketball.
That's my thing. That's my problem.
You can put it in both, right? New York, the Knicks play in Madison Square Garden opposite to the Rangers, and they flip the
Yeah, they
stadium
alternate.
all the time.
Oh yeah, they for sure could do that. They've already done that. They've had exhibition games here. I've been in Montreal where they had the Raptors versus the Knicks.
Milwaukee, or the Milwaukee, yeah, me too. And the Milwaukee, whatever like that. Well, my point is, like, you're not even given the opportunity. You can easily do it. You can easily do it, and but don't give us any like who was going all the way to the Olympic Stadium?
Yeah,
That's another problem with the Olympic Stadium. It was a very poor location.
Shitty investment.
yeah, it's pretty
Beautiful
far out.
building.
Yeah, but I agree
That's
with
only
you,
good for
Grizz.
trips.
Yeah, I agree with Grizz though. Montreal very much holds down hockey, soccer, and wrestling. Anytime you have a major wrestling event in Montreal, it's been insane.
That's also because there's a lot of Montreal or Canadian wrestlers, though.
Yes. Yeah.
My first ever
wrestling
event
here.
I went to in Montreal was a wrestling event, like back in grade 9, I want to say, or 8.
Yeah.
Mine was a circus.
With Cirque du Soleil or the actual circus?
No, it wasn't the Cirque du Soleil. It was a
Mine
circus.
Mine was Super Dogs. That's the first.
Oh,
Super
wow.
dogs.
Wow, I remember those
Super
commercials.
You went to a dog show?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's not just a dog show though.
I mean, I'm not really a dog person.
The
So for me,
Globetrotters
it's like,
of dog shows? Like,
Pretty much.
yo, okay, that might have to be the title, Globetrotters of dog shows, because it's really what it is. It legit, like you had like dogs like jumping over high walls and like jumping through hoops, doing all these tricks. You know, hell, even with a basketball and stuff like that. But that was like one of my first shows.
That's so funny.
Everyone's been to a Globetrotters game.
Yes,
I've never been to a Globetrotter game actually.
Really? Yo, Globetrotters.
Never.
Globetrotters.
I don't think I have either.
No.
Really?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I've seen them do a little mini expedition, but not a full game.
I've been to an event where we've had Globetrotters there, like show up, but I've never actually gone to see them.
Trust me, you don't need to see
thing.
a full game. It's essentially what
see
you saw
now
for-
this is blasphemy. Lee J has never been to a Habs game.
Okay.
That is a shame.
Huh?
DJ, this is a safe space. You're good. It's okay.
Wait,
It's
is this
okay.
because you've never been to a Habs game?
I've been to one. My boy was playing for the Habs
I've
one
been
time, and I stopped going when he got traded.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
cool.
So I was like,
That makes sense.
all right, but bro,
I don't know, man.
guys, I want to get down. I want to get down to the nitty gritty. We need to start talking about these theories and these Easter eggs and shit.
Oh, okay. But before we do that, real quick, I just want to remind people it's that time of year. Once again, Cult MTL is doing their best of. We ask you guys to support us and support other, different businesses and, in some cases, comedians. Shout outs to Akeem. Like we mentioned, he got into the top 5 last year. We'd like to think that all our support and all the people that we keep telling to go out and vote, make sure they go out and vote for the people that they feel really represent the city. And I feel like Akeem has been one of those spokespersons for Montreal from the jump. He might be out west, but he's out west. He's doing it for us. He's not leaving Montreal behind. If anything, he's spreading Montreal's message. And that's one of the things that I really appreciate about him. I appreciate that about all the people that we always rep. So, once again, cultmtl.com/vote best of MTL. We're asking people to go out and vote. It's 1 entry per IP address. You have to fill out a minimum of 25 categories. If you guys have already voted, we appreciate it. If you haven't voted, go vote. If you, have family, friends, if your mom doesn't know how to vote and you want to just, get moms on there on her phone, and by all means, it's fair. Because, you're telling moms what's going on. And, if anything, one of the things I really appreciate is the fact that my parents have been here their whole, 30, 40, 50 years, or 40 years in Montreal. And sometimes you get to talk to them about local businesses that you don't even know about or haven't really seen, been doing things. And they're just like, no. If you want a roti, the best roti in Montreal is this place. And then next thing you know, you're looking at your best game.
What is it? Look at Skinny. Look at Skinny saying this.
Oh.
Skinny went like this. Skinny went like this.
I mean,
there used to be one place that I went to back out in Côte des Neiges. I forget what they're called now. I don't know if they're still open.
Frontline?
No, I forget that.
If you're like old Côte des Neiges head, Frontline because Ezra. Shout out to Ezra and them.
All right,
that's Frontline in Uptown. If you have Tropical
Paradise,
Paradise,
that's the place on Van Horn or whatever.
You're talking about Curry House, bro.
Okay. Yes, there you go.
No, they sold and they're not the same anymore. No,
they're not.
No,
back in the day though.
Back in the day.
Don't get me wrong. Curry House has always been repping and has been doing excellent. It's just that, like you said, like Skinny said, they sold.
As my mom said, they're too salty. They use too much salt. That's mom.
My uncle. That's because my uncle was putting all his calluses in their food. He looks like he changed tires all the time. That's how you need to. That's how you know good Caribbean food. If the cook looks like he's been changing motor oil all day,
Yeah.
that's why I want to cook my food.
Shouts to Ricky.
No bullshit, no bullshit, bro.
No, I know.
So, bro,
How many cigarette breaks he goes on?
All the cigarette breaks, bro. So let me tell you something. So I moved when I first moved here, bro. I was chased. I was looking, like, yo, where's the Caribbean spots? There's no black people. But so I went to this one spot, and they're great people. Like, I performed there. They love me. But it's like Caribbean fusion, right? So I remember when I sat down, I ordered the food, right? I'm looking around the place. I'm just like, okay, this is, you know what I'm saying? The artwork is nice. You know what I'm saying? They got the Trinidad. They got a little Trinidad thing up there with the flag and islands and all that stuff. It's nice. Mommy had that. It's great. Right, so I look, the white lady comes up to me, the white waitress, and I'm like, quick question. How many black people work here? And she's like, 2. I was like, 2. Okay. And they both cook? She's like, no. I was like, what?
Say what?
And one's a general manager and the other one, there's one cook. I'm like, who's in the kitchen? You have one cook? He's like, no, we have 4. And the rest of them are, okay. She goes, is that a problem? I was like, no, do you think? What type of, can I see a pot? And she's like, what? I was like, can I see
You're
a pot?
real serious about your.
I was like, can I see a pot? She said, what do you mean a pot? I was like, a pot, you know, like a pot that you cook in, right? Like, can I
What
see
are they
one?
using?
Really? I was like, yeah. I was like, can I see one? I was like, yeah. She's like, okay. So she goes, I'm seeing her talking to the manager. Like, here I go. I'm about to get kicked out. Manager comes. And he's like, hello, sir. Can I help you? I heard you had to see a pot. I was like, yeah. I was like, is that a problem? She's like, well, I can't bring a pot out. I can bring you to the window to see how to cook it. I said, that works. So I went up, peeked my head through, stainless steel, everything. I was like, oh, Dios mío.
No.
And it's still
No.
silver. It's not pitch black.
Yeah, no.
No, that ain't it.
Nothing. So I said,
Okay, so you know what? I was gonna explain it. Fuck that shit. I ain't explaining shit.
Whoa,
You don't understand. You don't understand. That's not on us. That's not on us. If you don't understand why you can't make food, I'm not explaining shit. You're right.
Wait, that's not even the kicker. So I'm there. He's like, what would you like to eat? Oh, you know what? Just need. Can I get some? Can I get some chicken? Can I get some curry chicken on top of some rice and peas with a salad? And she's like, sure. Would you like some of our complimentary bread? I'm like, your bread? She's like, yeah. I'm like, what's
You mean
bread?
bun? Yeah.
Thank you. That's exactly what I
Yeah,
said.
it's fun. You know, yeah, yeah. Yo, okay. Again, we're not explaining this. If you're listening to this
Oh,
right
but please, dude, please explain it for
No,
David.
we're
Please.
not-
Wait,
For
there's
Dave.
more.
What about Dave?
There's more. I was like, you need bun. And she's like, what's
Yeah.
bun? I said,
Oh,
and she's like, I'm like, it's probably what you guys serve. You call it bread, but it's called bun in the
Yeah.
culture. And she's like, oh, okay. Well, would you like a sauce with it? We also have a jerk aioli. I was like, this is it.
Oh no!
I jerk and
What the fuck is
I was
that?
like,
This guy said, "Bun this for real."
I wasn't performing that night. I was like, yo, I almost went in.
oh shit.
Man.
You know,
like,
they're
for real right now?
it's true though. There are a lot of places now too that are going with healthier versions of Caribbean food, which I know will not sit well with people from the Caribbean culture. What does Jay Gris say over here? Caribbean restaurants are like barbershops.
True. You're right.
Y'all can't tell
That's
me
a
about
fact.
yours, and I can't tell you about mine. Also, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Facts. That's the thing, man.
I go to the same spot all the time.
Yeah. So I grew up with, because Ezra is the guy that used to do deliveries for somebody else. And when you grow up in Uptown, it's not actually a spot. It's someone's house and they cook. And
You know it's
back in the
somebody's
day,
house.
yeah, back in the
Right.
day, it's all everyone needs a license and everything has to be up and up, and that's fine. So you got Frontline. I mean, don't get me wrong. We know for a fact that when it comes down to the best, it's moms. Like you can go to all the spots in the world, but when it comes down to the best,
Auntie
moms.
with the flabby arms. Auntie with the
Oh, yeah,
flabbiest
Auntie's
arms
pretty
like
good.
this.
In my case,
Whoever-
it's cousin. It's my mom's
This
cousin.
going on.
Yeah.
Whoever has got all this
Dad.
going on,
I feel bad,
That's
but
who's Thanksgiving. That's who's Thanksgiving.
yeah.
Well, yeah, because she eats her own food.
Right.
That's it. All day. All day. The crazy part is, a couple months later, I end up going to this spot on Commercial, and I see Red Edmonton Spice. I said, okay, what the fuck is this? I'm like, all right, shit, I got nothing else to do. I walk in, smelled exactly like Montreal. I look over, plastic on all the chairs and cushions and shit. The paint was all chipped. The wall paint was all chipped. Posters were hanging off. There were two people that were working. And they were cussing at each other in the back. I go to the front desk. I said, this place smells great. What do you reckon? What do you have any specials? She's like, no, she sees what you get. Attitude. I'm in the right place. I'm looking.
Yes.
I'm looking. I was like, you guys have any red snapper? Would not have that.
Even better is when you go in and you're just like, looking at the menu, you're just like, you guys got the cow foot soup? Done. You guys have the oxtail? It's done. Like you're reading down the list and everything's finished and you're just like, yo, so what you guys got left? They're just like, we got the jerk, and they just start listing off like the 3 items they have. Yeah. It's like what's left over
all day.
It literally should be called the like jerk rice and vegetable restaurant that doesn't have anything else.
Rarely ever have plantain.
Ever. No plantain, no goat.
It's not even that they don't have it. You have to get to them so early to get it, but you're not. No one's waking up that early, so it's really whoever's like mom is just happens to be up and has made the plan to call in the order.
But it's like you guys can't be selling out that hard though. Like,
dude, I'm telling you.
Or are you?
Dude, when I was a kid,
how are they staying open all these years?
I'm telling you, when I was a kid and we used to order from the spot in Uptown, my mom and dad legit had to call like 10 a.m. Like 10 a.m. was early, and you would call, and the only reason my dad could get through is because he knew Homeboy's like direct line and was putting in the order. And we're putting in this order at 10 to get supper at 6, 7 o'clock. Like you tell the guy to deliver it at 4, but you get it at 6.
Jeez.
You have a connect.
Yeah, exactly. It was the connect. And that's why
people in the comments, if you don't get it.
Yeah, we're not explaining it. That's it.
Dave isn't in the comments though. He's right here.
No, but you know what, Dave?
No, I get it. I actually get it.
Okay, cool.
Like all the things you're saying about the restaurant, I'm like,
Dave's been hanging out with us long enough to understand when we're talking about food and all this. He's just like, I understand. Yo, when everything gets back to normal, we're taking Dave out to Tropical Paradise, or we're gonna order some to someone's house, something like that.
Don't do that to him. Not Tropical Paradise.
Oh no!
Why not?
Oh, whoa! I'm not saying they're the best. But they're not. It's good.
Don't do that.
Are you? Okay, well, we'll start this whole other conversation.
I just went to Tropical Paradise like last week, so we can't do that.
Next episode.
Next
episode.
Dave, I like you. Don't let them do that to you.
Oh shit!
Damn.
thank you, homie.
Damn.
What are you gonna do?
No, that's fair. That's fair.
We ain't saying none. We ain't saying nothing out here.
Fight me.
I'm
gonna pull up.
They know how I feel about the place because I went to high school with the family, with the kids.
I went to college with the guys who started it, so I know them.
Oh, you went to okay, yeah.
Abbott, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The big brother.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Don't let them do that to you. I'm gonna pull up. Call me. I will fly back personally.
Yo, stop it.
Where
are you gonna take him, though?
So you're like,
Real talk, Hakeem. Where are you gonna take him though? On the
Wait,
list.
wait. Hold on. Time out. Is Tropical Paradise the same as Tropical Resto Bar?
No.
Okay, so then never mind.
Tropical Resto Bar.
Whatever Hakeem is saying is okay.
No. Hold on. Don't do that to Tropical Paradise. Hold on.
Yes, thank you, Skinny.
Toby spotted by Jamal and them, so I just saw they put that up, right? Okay,
yeah.
Shouts to them. But Tropical Paradise, I just went there last week. They have nice roti, right?
Yes.
They have good doubles. You can't do that to them. Don't
Yes.
look at me like that.
Which
Get
one's,
out of
which
here.
one's Tropical Paradise? That's LaSalle?
The one on Newman.
That's
Yeah.
on Newman.
The one on
Uh,
Newman.
That's on Newman.
Okay.
Oh
okay,
wait,
okay.
you guys are talking about a place on New. I'm talking about the place on the Carry, Tropical Paradise.
That's
I-
different.
That's different.
Thank you. That's different.
That's
Okay,
another place.
okay.
Okay.
That's the one. Wait, talking about. You're talking about the one in the corner next to.
I think it's the same one. They just have two or they moved. I
No,
don't
no,
know.
no, because the Tropical Paradise, the fam is the fam, and I know they own that spot. And as far as
Yeah.
About
Yeah.
right. You're talking about the one that's right underneath the tunnel. That's right before the tunnel, and you're going up and you turn. You come down.
You're
coming
under
out of
Carry.
Bondo,
No,
and
no,
you
no,
turn
no.
Right to go up to Sherbrooke.
No, I
not
know.
even.
That's Caribbean Factory. That's Caribbean something factory.
That's not even there anymore. I don't think.
Okay,
The one on Newman is Caribbean Paradise.
Oh,
Caribbean Paradise. Okay.
this whole
glad we cleared up the confusion.
It's weird because they go by Tropical Paradise. They'll go by Caribbean Tropical Paradise, the one on LaSalle, and then you have Tropical Paradise. Wow.
Interesting.
They've been confusing people for years. Those drafty swine.
So
Dave, that's what they serve.
oh my god.
Shoot. Damn.
I said,
Well, it's a good thing neither of us were talking about that.
I know. I'm so happy that none of us are talking about the same spot. So I'm just gonna tell y'all, I'm talking about on the Carry by Queen Mary. Shout out
Yeah.
to Tropical Paradise. That's who I'm talking about. You guys are talking about a different spot. Akeem's destroying some other spot. So this is all great. If you guys are not,
they're horrible.
If you
Yo,
come from
before we
Montreal-
get to Falcon, before we get to Falcon and Soldier, if we have time, because I really want to talk about it.
we're gonna get to it. Don't worry.
We fucking used to go there. Shout out to Union United Sunday School. They used to take us there every year for our Christmas party. Every year for the Sunday School Christmas party, they used to take us there. I used to go in and point out all the health code violations going in from 12 to 16. From 12 to 16, I used to walk in with a list. And like, it was
Yo.
disgusting. Disgusting.
Jeez.
Yo, this is wild.
And you're serving chicken and fries to kids.
Uh,
You're serving chicken and fries. And the food was yuck.
oh my god.
Never seen that ever in my life.
I
Place is
So I'll get to the fact. I'll just bring it back. Please vote for your favorite
Yeah,
comedians.
and clearly words are important when filling it out.
Aside from that 25-minute segue, let's bring it back to it's that time of year, so make sure you guys cast your votes. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate the support. We're gonna be jumping into View the Right Thing
Oh
right
man,
now.
we lost the support of whoever works at those restaurants. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's-
one sponsor. That's fine.
God. That was so good. Oh my god. Guys, so shout outs to everybody, but we're definitely going to talk about it. You see the background. If you're listening, you hear us. We've been talking about it, mentioning Falcon Winter Soldier, episode 3.
Hold on. Let me get my mans. Hold up.
Yeah, yes. So I think,
You know, but before you jump into it, it's on the
Okay.
same topic. But I just had a conversation this past few days. Is that Zemo?
Hell yeah.
That's the good Zemo, right?
Okay.
In the past like 3 or 4 days, I had a conversation with people who like watch or kind of new to the
Yeah.
MCU or comic, this whole universe, more so through the movies and TV shows. And I did realize that I don't know how Marvel is going to balance this, but for me, I feel like I like the directions of where WandaVision took things. Kind of
Yeah.
like not catering to the new people. It was kind of like giving us that lore while
Mhm.
explaining it to the new people, like showing you different. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense. Whereas Falcon and Winter Soldier, it's just it's bland.
well, I'm not going to say it's bland.
I find it bland.
Hold on. Okay, well, wait.
I do.
Akeem,
I do.
and listening to this, Akeem is having a minor moment.
He agreed with me for a
Pearls.
second.
He clutched the pearls, and he is having a moment.
Bland?
It's for the
Yes.
casuals, bro.
Okay, hold on.
Are you serious?
So-
Bro,
But
you've
wait.
reached Tropical Paradise status right now. I'm about to go.
Go in. That's what I want. We don't all have to say
no, that's fair. Okay, can I hit you guys with my because
do it.
I'm gonna agree partially with Toby. That's the problem, because episode 1. Hold on, Akeem. I got you. I'm not giving up. I'm just not excited yet, and that's, I think, is the issue. Episode 1 and episode 2, I was just like, okay. And then episode 2, I was just like, bong, I'm excited. Episode 3 for me felt like a really big slowdown. And in a show that only has 6 episodes, I didn't like that the middle. I know you guys are like, Mandapore, action. That's cool. I get that. That stuff was fun. But the overall story of episode 3, I felt wasn't big enough for me. I wanted a little bit more. I also don't like how they built up the character for Sharon. It doesn't make sense to me.
Who is she now? Who is this?
She's going to be used later on in other shows.
Agent 13, first of all.
Yes, exactly. And I want Agent 13. I don't want this on the run side character. It does, to me, the motivations behind why she is on the run and hasn't had all her shit forgiven makes absolutely no sense. I know Skinny and I had the conversation. Skinny gave me very fair points, and I agreed with the things that he said. But for me, as a writer and as a viewer, seeing Sharon Carter turned into that character where she's not Sharon Carter, it doesn't have to play the saint, but I also don't expect her to play what looks like the girl who got straight A's but is now trying to be
the Punisher.
Yeah, like you got straight A's in school, but now all of a sudden you're like, I run the streets of Mandapore. I live on the high like, okay, like, I'm not. Like the whole time I was watching this, I was just like, I'm not interested in this character. I'm not interested in who you are right now. I, don't get me wrong. I didn't think you were that cool as the nurse either across the hall, but I definitely didn't expect you to step down from that. And that's what that felt like to me. I didn't think you were going to get less interesting to me. And this fake, because it really feels fake, this fake villainous attitude of hers where I don't care about America because they turned their back on me. So it's like,
it was so weird. I didn't buy it myself.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I don't think this is what she's gonna be doing. I'm pretty sure they're setting her up for future in the show. But if you set it up like that in one episode, I just didn't buy it. Either you get the actress to play the role well, or you don't let them do that role at all. But that's
where I come in with the bland, and maybe bland was a poor choice of words, but this is honestly feeling. I could tell they shot this as a movie and they cut it up into 6 parts. Some parts just don't make sense as an episode. It just feels like filler.
Such as
the whole episode 3.
Yeah, episode 3 feels like episode 3 feels like part of a movie that you literally just cut random slices. Like it really did. As I was watching it, I was just like at the end of
and how is
I was gonna say the same thing. Skinny's they're doing, they're analysts, they're just repeating each other.
I'm just like I'm trying to do the jump.
Okay.
I'm waiting.
You know what?
Go ahead, Akeem.
Go ahead.
Skinny,
my turn.
Yeah, go.
First of all, to sit here and say that WandaVision was immaculate as well as you said it was in comparison to the Falcon and Winter Soldier, it's a little disrespectful to the Winter Soldier. One was a slow burn. It was great, but it was a slow burn. It really only became a series once you started seeing outside of one. When she was doing I Love Lucy, nobody knew what the fuck was going on. Wait, time out. I let you talk. I was just making faces, big faces.
No, I'm nodding. I said fair. I don't.
I'm talking to Toby Maguire over there. I was talking to Toby over there. All right. Number 1.
Let's go.
That's one, right? That's number 1. WandaVision really, really only was like hype on the last episode. Listen, and for those who haven't watched it, suck my dick from the back. We'll talk about it. When New Vision, Sentinel Vision came in, and then Fake Vision was just like, boom, came all the memories, and they figured out a way to bring back Vision. Stop your nonsense. That made the entire show. And what you're not understanding about these series is these series are one thing I will say I like about them is that they're not catering, they're not giving new people who just watch Disney Plus access to just like, oh, we're just gonna make a show for you guys. The shit's all congruent with the old stuff,
Yeah.
Set up stuff for the stuff to be in theaters, or if we ever get to theaters, streaming services, whatever. Right? What you guys need to understand is that every Avenger, every person who's getting a streaming series is coming into their own.
Mhm.
WandaVision, the whole purpose of the show was her coming into her powers, similar to
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, right? Her coming
Yeah.
into she's gonna bring back her kids. If you saw the last episode, the
Oh, for
last
sure.
scene in the
Yeah.
last episode, she's bringing back
Yes.
her kids, right?
Yeah.
Even when Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it's amazing. They fucking introduced the Black Super Soldier. What are you talking about?
Listen,
That's why we
Again,
said
again.
episode 2.
that's episode 2. There are things that are important that they are dropping, yes,
Yeah.
but the storytelling and the
Avengers.
plot.
Let me stand up for 3. Let me stand up
Okay,
for 3 because
hit
I'm
us.
a fanboy for 3.
Avengers.
Okay. Episode 3
Can I just
was
finish my point? Can I just finish
Yeah,
my
go.
point about
Go
I'm
ahead,
gonna
go
go
ahead.
Agent 13. So, in terms of everyone coming in their own, do you not understand that setting up an Agent 13 series and coming into her own? She's
No
always
one's watching that shit.
Why
Yeah,
not?
thank
They watched
you.
Agent
If-
Carter.
if
They
this-
watched Agent
If
Carter.
this is
They watched
if
I
this
barely
is,
watched Agent Carter, and you think I'm going
I
to watch
never
Agent
watched
13?
Agent if this is the Agent 13, if this is the Agent 13 we're gonna get where she's running around Mandapore, I don't want that show. That's all I'm saying.
But you're not even getting a chance. Did you think that when I Love Lucy came on, that's all the series was gonna be?
No, but I knew that was gonna
But I knew
expand.
it was gonna expand.
She's
what I'm
not
saying.
a big. She's not as big of a part of this
Yeah,
show as
you're
I think you
comparing
think she
Wanda,
is.
Nobody
who is a
Nobody
world-altering character, to Agent 13, Steve's girlfriend.
Nobody
Come
is.
on now, homie.
Nobody is.
Come on, man.
Nobody.
You can't compare. You
Nobody
can't
in the
compare
series.
Wanda to Agent 13. You can't. You can't.
No way.
It's like,
You're talking,
why is
dude.
this?
You're talking about someone that's essentially on God level to a little girl who can't even get apologies from the United
Wait.
States.
When did we see her last?
Did.
Civil War.
Dude, she's so unimportant. She's so
Civil
unimportant.
War.
After she gives them the equipment, she disappears and we don't see her again until Mandapore.
Oh,
And now I'm supposed to believe that this whole. Come
you
on.
stop.
I'm just gonna sip my tea over here and watch the failure that is Agent 13.
Wait.
Zemo. Last we saw Zemo was in fucking Civil War. True. He's the main fucking
Yeah.
villain.
But Zemo had a bigger arc, a bigger effect on the storyline than Sharon did.
Zemo broke up the team. Agent Carter 13 did all she did was
Understand.
give them the equipment so
Bro.
that we could get a scene where are you
They
gonna move
used-
your
They
stuff?
used her and tossed her, bro. That's
Bro,
how unimportant she is.
Yo,
So
it took
Agent-
Scarlet Witch. It took Scarlet Witch 6 movies to develop her character arc. 6.
That's because they
more
don't
movies.
write women properly. That's a whole other conversation.
But my point is this: you guys are over here saying that I don't want to see this. I don't want to see that. Let her develop. We let every character develop.
Yeah,
You can't tell me. You can't tell me that Endgame's Scarlett Johansson.
Black Widow.
Black Widow.
See my health.
Yeah.
My health. Iron Man 2.
Welcome to the show, bro.
Iron Man 2. It's this. What's my heart rate?
Oh, no. Fair. I see what you're saying. If you're gonna have Black Widow from Iron Man 2, would I have expected to want to watch her in a movie or everything else she did? I agree.
I'm back. I was getting a phone call, bad. This is
No worries.
Okay, so I get your point.
Yeah.
It's cool to see all these characters that we haven't seen or heard of, or like all these
Right.
Easter eggs, like the Isaiah Bradleys and the
Yeah.
Elijahs and stuff like that. I get it.
Yes.
But my issue is that if you're gonna make a TV show, write it like a TV show. It doesn't feel there's no like what's the word? Procedural. There's no
Not
like
every TV show needs to be a procedural, dude.
No,
If
it doesn't
anything,
have to be
I
procedural.
agree with the fact that if they want to do an artistic style that's not that way, I commend them.
No. Here. If you're gonna do a serialized 6-episode miniseries, I'm okay with it. But as an editor and as a director, you know when to make the cuts. And in this episode, they didn't cut this episode properly. That's what we're saying. Episode 3, as it was presented, didn't come across on the same level as episode 2 or episode 1. That's the point I think Toby and I are trying to make.
Skinny.
Yeah, skinny. Sorry, skinny. Sorry,
Oh,
man.
okay.
That's true. For a minute, you've been saying. Apologies, homie.
No, it's all good. Fucking Madripoor. All right. That's all I'm gonna say. All right.
Latveria.
It wasn't cut. It
Yeah.
wasn't cut properly.
Yeah.
The beginning, I liked the quick nod to Ocean's 11 because you know what? They could have spent a whole episode breaking his dumbass out of prison, and I was hoping they weren't going to do that. And you know what? They didn't.
I love it. That was so good.
Right? Like they just did that real quick. Shouts to Monaco Rambeau was a good part of WandaVision in many different ways.
Jimmy killed
But
it.
over to this, super good. How they just quick 5 minutes gave you a little. What's Luis from Ant-Man? They gave you a quick little Luis thing. Boom.
Yeah.
Here you go. All right. I love that. Madripoor, it was messy. Shelby, she's a mutant in the comments in the comic books, and she gets like they killed her off too quick. I don't like what they're doing with Sharon either, but since you were just talking, I just had this epiphany more or less. She's working for either not Zemo, US Agent, or Thunderbolt Ross.
Agreed.
Because
You think so?
Agreed.
she's trying to get her ass back in.
Ross.
She
No,
does.
not Ross.
Yes,
Maybe-
Ross.
I'm just
Stretch.
saying.
Before you shake your head, let me finish. All right. I'm
I
gonna
agree
let
with Skinny though.
because Thunderbolt Ross is definitely behind the whole not all of this. I won't say he's power broker, but he has something to do with this because he's the first one who's going to want to get a Captain America type symbol under his control. So he's going to want to create a superhero team while the superheroes are gone so that he can control them, which would probably include later on my man here in the purple thing, a Sharon Carter who is useless, but she can betray people real quick for her own freedom. She wants to get back into her country. She doesn't want to live there. And she's not going to think no offense, sorry, and I'm saying this as a man myself who's broke, but a broke-ass black man named Falcon is not getting you back into America. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yo, I wanted to see more US Agent this episode.
Boy, did I ever.
That nigga.
But they gave us what? One scene? They gave us one scene, right? One scene of him being angry and saying, "Let me find these people."
Yeah.
When we barely had a good confrontation between them in the second episode. I don't know. Like I said, it just doesn't feel right. I don't know what it is.
They're gonna hop over. So like 2 is an introduction. 4 is gonna get a lot of US Agent. I'm sure.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but
exactly.
Five apparently supposed to be the one that like everybody's like it's going to change the dynamic.
Yeah,
that's what the writer said. They're waiting for 5. Yeah, it's about to pop up in 5. So maybe then you'll change your goddamn minds about it. It's like,
I'm not saying I don't like the show. I'm not saying I don't like the show. I'm just saying I loved episode 2. I thought episode 1 was a solid introduction. I just watched episode 3 and felt underwhelmed. That was my thing. When I watched episode 3, I was annoyed with how they wrote Sharon. I was annoyed with how I don't want Zemo to have the best lines. Why is Zemo the one popping out these lines about black men? Only in America would a well-dressed man, a fashion-forward man, be considered a pimp. Yo, shut up.
How is Zemo also like a shadow warrior all of a sudden? This guy can like
He's
fight.
always able to fight.
Well, he's always
He is able to fight.
Are you sure?
He is.
He's always able to do that.
In the
Did we
comic
see
book,
that in the movies at all?
We didn't
No,
need to
but-
because
I was about to say.
the deficit. See, he drowned a nigga upside down. What do you mean? He literally drowned.
That's a torture. I mean, someone's already out
I
cold
can't
and
hear
you tie
nothing.
him up.
You got to be able to do like some kind of like.
You gotta
He's-
be able
he's-
to knock them out.
I don't
He's-
know. King says he
Oh,
can't
you
hear
can't
us.
hear us?
I can't
Sorry,
hear
Keith.
you.
We can hear
Oh,
you
that-
though. We can hear
we
you.
can totally hear
I
you.
can't hear shit.
Oh, that's
hold
weird.
On, hold on.
Hold on,
Let me take him out.
Yeah, maybe if take him out and put him back in.
put him back in.
Oh, he's gonna come back in.
Okay. So the Thunderbolt Ross idea, not too crazy. I see Skinny's angle because they've been building up Ross as a character who wants to have a super soldier under his control or someone powerful under his control for a minute. Oh, sorry.
He doesn't. He tries to kill Cap numerous times, but he doesn't actually ever succeed. I think they're just trying to build you to like Zemo because he will be a part of it more. And the whole commando thing is so that when they eventually do, okay. Wild thoughts. When U.S. Agent Captain America eventually fails, and he will fail, they're gonna. I feel like Zemo's gonna take up the mantle to replace the whole American Patriot Act, while also using this as an excuse to go around and hunt super soldiers and do whatever other fuckery he wants to do.
Wait, are you talking about?
No.
Sorry, U.S. Agent? You mean?
Oh,
No, I'm talking about Baron Zemo. Like I feel like he's gonna go and become Citizen V. And
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
No,
Yeah, I get that. I think this is more leading to the power broker giving U.S. agent some kind of powers
Yeah.
at this point.
If he doesn't already have them, which
No,
is why
he
he's
doesn't
doing it.
have them. He
He
doesn't.
doesn't.
Have them. We talked about this. We talked about this
No,
the last
he
episode.
doesn't.
That field throw.
Yeah.
The shield. There's no way you're throwing this.
straight.
Huh?
You can't boomerang the shit. It only goes straight. But Dave, what were you about to say? You were about to say something.
I was about to say, I think the long burn is that they're just going to actually make the Thunderbolts like the team that
Yes.
Zemo was initially part of, and which would tie into the possibility of Thunderbolt Ross being connected with Sharon, because that could be. I always thought the outcome of the end of this series was that Thunderbolts were going to be either existing
I said that
already,
too.
and this is it, or
Yeah.
the outcome of this is to spark that, because I actually think maybe U.S. Agent might be the first Thunderbolt.
Yeah. Okay. I could see
Other
that.
than Zemo, like him and Zemo will maybe collude at the end of this, assuming that he's going
Right.
to fail and become a bad guy.
Yeah. I
How
can see
does
that.
Zemo still
Ross?
have all these connects in behind jail?
He's rich.
He's
He's
smart.
smart.
You underestimate. I mean, like
You
don't get me wrong, he's
underestimate
no-
rich white people.
he's no Magneto or
He's
Punisher here, but he's not a fucking Bob. like,
Man.
Dude, he got out of
What is wrong
prison
with
and
you?
had his private jet waiting. Come on now.
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
Isn't
That's
that
champagne,
nuts
my
how?
nigga. Like,
Isn't
Yeah,
it
that's
crazy
some,
how
that's some
television you
Bezos
could
shit
just-
right
Yeah, you could just say like, "Oh, he was rich," and you could just believe that, right?
Yeah.
Try writing that for a character that looks like 50 Cent. Oh, yeah, in prison, outside of prison, he's rich.
there.
That's not
Really?
happening.
really?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh,
And
Just rich?
everyone would be questioning it quite a bit.
you just got an
Only
80-year-old man
introducing-
waiting for you? Nah, come on.
But they're only introducing Ross in Black Widow. So, and Black Widow's a prequel. So, how are they going to justify where he's been in 22 movies?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
the only
they'll
other
figure
time we
it out.
saw him, the other time we saw him, as
We saw him in
end of-
Civil War.
Did we?
Yeah. He's the one that presents the Sokovia Accord to them.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're
He comes in,
That is
yeah.
Ross.
Yeah,
My
he comes
bad.
in and dumps
Yeah.
that.
My
So he's been again. That's the thing. He's been hanging out in the background, working for the U.S. government, trying to negotiate superheroes for years. So it makes
Yeah.
sense that by the time you get to this, with someone like U.S. Agent, who is all about being an American boy, working for Thunderbolt Ross, that you start to see how those pieces fit together. And I think I think I understand that. And again, if they want to use Agent 13 to be one of those characters who is set up to be kind of Thunderbolt Ross leaning, and if you guys are right that she's going to go that direction to try and get back into the States, I'm not mad at that. My only concern was how this was written in this episode, because
Yeah.
it felt like at the end of it, I felt like I was missing a part, which I think I'm going to get in the next episode, and that makes sense.
Hopefully.
Yeah, her getting into the back of that car and being like, "I'll tell you when we get back," and then the episode ending felt like someone cut a scene in the middle for me. That's why I feel like that. It
I
didn't
mean-
feel like a
I hate it.
cliffhanger. No, dude, there's a difference between a cliffhanger and just cutting a scene. That didn't feel like a cliffhanger.
Of
That's
haters.
Where'd you
There
learn to
wasn't
hit
there
kill
wasn't
people like
enough.
that?
What's that?
It was a
Where'd you learn
cliffhanger,
to-
just a poor one.
Okay. I was asking, where'd she learn to kill people like that? And I mean, you're an agent,
Yeah,
but yo,
Did you see
Yeah.
in Civil War?
yeah, but I didn't see
I mean,
this.
she got her-
level
Civil
of
War.
gore.
Winter
no.
Soldier. Winter
Yeah,
No, I
Soldier.
sorry,
think it was-
yeah.
Was it Winter
It is-
Soldier?
Yeah, Winter Soldier, where she has
Okay.
the gun aimed at what the
Yeah,
Bucky. She got
Crossbones.
her ass kicked by
oh,
Bucky.
no, Crossbones.
crossbow.
Oh.
Going at Crossbones in the
Whoa.
office, right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
in Civil War, when they're in the office listening to and then fucking Bucky got hit
Yes.
with the words, till she went to go throw hands. Now,
Yeah,
mind you,
and she
she's-
fought. Yeah,
she's a
and she
super
jumped in on the
soldier
fight.
with a metal arm. You know what I'm saying? It is what
Yeah.
it is, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's getting their ass whooped. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Which
how
was
are y'all
impressive.
are one of the only Canadians on the
Emily.
cast?
Emily, we love you as a
I love you.
Canadian.
You
We
don't.
appreciate
Yeah.
you.
No, you don't.
no,
I'm
no,
just-
I don't.
I'm saying the
Okay, I
writers
love you.
didn't do you right. That's all I'm saying. I'm not blaming her.
You don't
She
know
brought the
that.
energy
You don't-
to the scene.
We'll
I'm
see.
not-
We'll see. But I think for both of us, we're just saying, if she just felt shoehorned in, they probably didn't even need her this episode. That's all I'm
That's the
saying.
problem with Skinny.
Hmm?
Dave, let me tell you the problem. Let me tell you the problem with niggas. Right?
Oh, okay. All right. Keep
I like-
All right,
Hey, Dave, hold on. Before you say this, There's a 2v2 going on here. What side are you on, Dave?
Oh, Dave's
I'm
on
doing this with
Dave-
popcorn. I'm eating, man. I'm neutral.
Dave is Michael Jackson in the
Yeah, that's all I've been doing this whole time. I've been enjoying
I'll
this.
tell you the problem with niggas, right? Niggas always want everything right now. Don't want to wait for shit.
No, that's not. Come on.
This is every time we talk about this stuff, people always
We
say
gotta have
y'all
the whole
impatient.
thing.
I'm not saying I
It's
need
the
to have the whole thing.
opposite. It's the opposite of impatience.
22
I am
movies.
happy.
It took 22 movies for Black Widow to really see what her character arc was gonna be. She has the greatest character arc of the entire MCU.
But she was present. We
And the
saw
other-
her grow.
And like I said, the problem with that is her
My
issue has
thing.
more to do with the fact that they didn't show respect to a female character. It shouldn't take 22 movies to give Black Widow one, her
You're right.
own movie,
I
and two,
agree.
and then,
I
That's what I'm
agree. And what is, I agree with you 100%. But y'all only see 1.5 movies, and then one episode. I'm like, oh, I don't like what she's doing with it. I'm like, let
I
her
didn't
fucking.
see-
We don't know what the hell's going to happen.
what's the point?
For
Wait,
someone,
okay,
she stole the
Hakeem.
shield and she stole the wings, right? For someone
Yeah.
who's been on the run, she's doing pretty well for herself. She got a real Monet. She got a real Monet.
But that's okay. That's my issue right there. You stole equipment that you helped give back to the people who saved the world, and your punishment is to be on the run for like 7 to 8 years.
It's
Come on, man.
America.
Yo,
It's
they could have
America.
figured this out. The
Yeah.
same way the
America.
heroes got pardoned.
If
And
Bucky,
pretty much everyone else got pardoned in this situation.
She
Hakeem,
wasn't, because they weren't at the fight at the end. She wasn't at the fight.
Hakeem,
You know what I'm saying?
if you have a
showed
serial
up in some
killer,
fucking rescue suit that don't even do all
If
that
you-
shit. Why
if you can
why did
pardon a
Tony
serial
send
killer,
Sharon a suit?
how you gonna pardon a serial killer but not pardon Agent 13?
Because he snapped
Brian,
the
don't-
world
don't-
back.
Don't, Brian. Don't let me do.
What?
Don't. Come on. I told you, Brian. I told you.
Oh, he's
All he did-
brainwashed. His
All she did was
brainwashed.
steal a shield and a wingsuit. Okay, she didn't save the world from a purple man with a no. Come on, she wasn't at that fight.
I like that you said all she did because that's my point. If all she did was that, why are you on the run after the blip? 5 years, people have been
That
missing.
a
is
long time.
America.
Bro,
No,
dude,
man.
we just had some random rinky-dink dude shelve Monica Rambeau and tell her, "Oh yeah,
That
your
is
mom died, and you
America.
got to stay down here. You can't go in space." All sorts of things happen crazy when the blip happened. Like, what do you mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Shit
It's-
happened.
Dude, if the blip happens, all you do is you come back after and be like, I got blipped. And then if they're just like, how are you not going to forgive that?
Yeah, but
Or
Yo,
or
hold
it's
on.
alive
Everyone who got blipped, by the way, this was the issue that was pointed out in that mediocre first episode, is that they forget about you. You're dead. If you come back from the blip, you're automatically a new citizen, a newborn. She could easily use that as a cover.
that's why it could also
First
be
of
a
all-
lie
first of
and
all-
a terrible cover-up.
first of all, we're assuming that
Because
she's
again,
If she's
yeah.
working for Ross or for Zemo,
I hope
Yeah.
so.
That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is, again, this wasn't a cliffhanger. You cut a scene in the middle. That's for me was the issue.
We're not even going to talk about Ayo.
a poor cliffhanger. T.
Ayo
Yeah, we're not going to talk about Ayo. We're not going to
popping up from the Dora Milaje.
being like,
Yeah.
hey, we want to definitely replace Zemo with instead of it being who was the guy who died in
Claw.
Claw.
Claw instead of
Yeah.
being we definitely want to
Yeah,
make
I
Zemo
like
our
that.
Claw. So,
Yes. I like that switch over. The fact that he killed T'Chaka has now made him the new version of Claw, where now Wakanda is going to be in these streets like Zemo. I like that they're saying that up too, because if you guys' theories about him being in some kind of relation with Thunderbolt is going to put them at odds with Wakandans every turn, I'm interested in this. I'm interested in what that could
exactly.
be.
That was a great setup for what the next
Yeah.
episode is going to be. Because now you have Bucky, who's in a rock and a hard place. He loves Wakanda. He's the White
Yeah.
Wolf,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So like you have to go stop these super soldiers, or you have to turn the back on the people that saved your life.
Yeah.
And but
Back.
I just want to say,
But that's why.
that part of me,
End of episode trailer.
part of me only believes that Chadwick Boseman was still alive. RIP. That would have been him, not
Yeah. I thought the same exact thing when that came in. I thought the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Exact same thing.
that would have been insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
That would have been fucking insane.
But why wasn't it instead of Ayo? Why wasn't it what's her name instead?
Oh yeah.
Okoye.
She runs all of them.
Huh?
Don't send people. She runs all of them.
I feel like
guess.
she's the head of the military, and if when Coogler's film comes out, I'm sure they're going to have to address what happened during the blip for the 5 years where you had no leadership. We're going to see that she had to step up, and there's probably a reason she doesn't leave the country.
Oh, I don't know if she stepped up because we know the throat, like she doesn't have any claim to it.
No, I know, but I'm saying she stepped up in the sense that she tries to protect the throne.
Let me just tell you guys now,
yeah,
real quick. Okay, so the first movie that's set in 2023 is Guardians 3, right? And it's in 2023?
Love and Thunder, no?
Or Love and Thunder. Whatever movie is set in 2023, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever we get to 2023 is when Marvel is going to be like, all right, everything is present day. So I imagine every movie, including Falcon, this, Black Panther 2, all this shit's going to happen like 6 weeks after the blip, 2 weeks after the blip, same time as this. So the reason why AO is showing up is probably because like Namor already destroyed Wakanda, but we won't, you know what I mean? Like whatever happened,
destroyed.
You know what I mean? Whatever happened.
They did mention a disturbance on the coast in Endgame, right? So I could see that being a possibility, but I think the logical leader of Wakanda at that point is M'Baku.
Hell yeah.
No,
I'm with you, Toby. Where's that toy? Hold up. Baku. Yeah.
Why do you have it just standing by right there?
Every toy. He just has it within arm reach. Every single one.
Oh.
There's like 300 toys on that table right now.
I read they're going with the sister. With the sister.
That's been the biggest.
That's fine too. You know what?
Yeah.
You're right. I completely took her out of the picture.
But wait, okay, my thing though.
Wait, time out. I gotta when we get off live, I got some news to drop for you guys, but I can't say it on live. But I got some news.
All right, cool.
Hey.
or you could just drop it in that chat like we did to them last week.
No,
I can't.
Cool.
But I'll tell you guys when the live goes away.
Yeah. The Shuri, though, from what I understand, though, Shuri also got snapped.
She did.
Did she?
Yeah, it said
Yeah,
she got snapped.
True.
He got snapped. That's something that a lot of people tend to forget. So legit, you had the king and the princess.
So
the
it's
only person that
M'Baku.
was left, the only person that was left was the mom, and I don't think the mom took over Wakanda.
No.
Whatever's gonna happen in Black Panther 2 is literally gonna be like within the 5 years of the snap, but Shuri gets snapped back, and she's like, "What happened?"
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm really thinking that's what they're gonna do.
I think they don't. I don't think they would though. I think there would be a shitstorm. Like you have, Chris Evans is still alive, and they replace someone. They replace Captain America with another one, and this nigga's getting. I can only imagine what you're trying to do.
I was gonna put that at the top of the show for us to discuss, but then I figured. But yeah, man, fans are toxic. I don't understand how you guys are out here death threats. Like,
wait, what? He's getting death threats? U.S. agent?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we hated on him too for the chin strap and shit, but it's like just because we like Cap, we like Cap, we like Cap, and we.
Why would he get death threats? So he's playing that
People are stupid. People are stupid.
People are crazy, and they're crazy, and they probably saw that Jimmy Kimmel interview that I talked about last time.
Yeah.
They most likely saw that, and they were like, "Who is this guy?"
I just want to point out. I want to point out, if you're a real fan of this stuff, you wouldn't be putting death threats out. It's the same way that the people who are giving shooting death threats out to the girl who voiced the character in The Last of Us 2, and they were like, and people are getting mad. You guys aren't real fans, because real fans don't start threatening the people who are playing the roles for the art you appreciate. A real fan doesn't start
telling the story.
Yeah. If you're an actor, if you're a voice actor, if you're a character actor, if you're in this industry helping tell these stories that we appreciate, and you turn around, someone out there turns around, starts sending death threats to that person's not a real fan. And understand
people are just not mature enough to understand the difference between an actor and a character.
No, whoa. I'm not giving them that excuse, though, Toby. I'm not giving them that out. I'm not giving them that out. What do you mean?
I'm going to tell you right now, it's not a 20-year-old, and it's probably maybe not a 30-year-old or 14-year-old. It's most likely like a 40, 50-year-old who's only read like comics from like, I don't know, 1970 to
That's my
85 and just kind of
Waited their entire
You
life.
still have U.S. agent in that though.
Yeah. I agree with
I waited their entire life.
I agree with Mike K. Can we
100%.
stop sending death threats from all fandoms? It's so garbage. It is like
Garbage.
sending death threats is such a weak, like pussy thing to do. How are you gonna go out there and be on your keyboard sending death threats? If you really think this person is, you step up, show your face, stop hiding behind characters and
No,
on a
no.
keyboard.
Listen,
Please say
the
that.
thoughts
No, but
of the thoughts of Brian Doc Holiday do not reflect everybody on this podcast right now.
No, but no, that's fine. Yo, don't worry, Akeem. Trust me, you don't have to apologize for me. I'm more than happy to say what I have to say. Ain't nobody here have to stand behind me. I'll stand this ledge all by myself. You're a punk. You're a bitch.
Up on
If you
nobody.
it's all good, homie. Don't worry. I'm more than happy to say this for myself. They're punks, and
You
they're
know
bitches.
what's
And if
you know
they
what's
really
funny
felt
about
like
that?
they were big people, they would say what they have to say without hiding behind these avatars and these fake accounts. That's what I'm saying.
That's ridiculous. And like for like this is the craziest part is that these are Captain America fans in the world where Captain America himself said, "I don't like bullies. I don't care where they're from." That's one of Cap's biggest lines in these movies.
Yep.
And these people are legit
got him
doing
to
the
sue?
opposite of
What got him to sue him?
how crazy is that?
I hate them.
All right,
I really do.
Guys,
I hate them.
I genuinely hate them. I do, because it makes being a fan of this stuff, because the people who don't understand that those are just a small group of idiots,
Yeah.
see the fandom and think, oh, wow, look at these superhero fans again. It's just like, it's the same way. Like every time something like this happens, I hate it because y'all just ruin it for everybody. Because I'm a fan and I appreciate these stuff. I appreciate these actors. The fact that they're going out there, they're training. You think it's easy to play these characters?
Like we
I
shit on the characters, not the actors. Like
No, exactly.
Jesus.
That's what I'm saying. 100%.
Crazy.
So guys, now that I got you guys all here, this is something I wanted to talk about. I need your guys' help. So the other Dave, Skinny, and Brian know this is the dream of mine. Two things, right? Is to one, be on Wild and Out. We're coming back to that at the end. We're gonna have another soundbite. And two, to play be a Marvel character. Now,
Oh,
these
dope.
motherfuckers are now that I'm getting good at this acting shit, right? Because God, we're doing it.
Respect.
We need to collectively figure out who I can play. The only thing, like as of right now, since they introduced Patriot already,
Yeah.
I'm assuming,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think the only person I can get away with is an X-Men, and the only one I could think of is Sync. That's the only one. Now, for
I was
those
gonna
who are
say Sync.
Yeah. For those in the comments who aren't familiar with Sync is a character who can embody someone else's power within a certain radius. Right? That's the only person I think of. Other than I need your help. I need my agent. We're on it.
Interesting.
I'm trying to think.
Yo, you could be Rock Slide. You could be Gray Malkin, but Gray Malkin's a little like, dense and he's not like, but you could probably do Gray Malkin. Shit, who else could he be?
Damn. Yeah, I don't know.
We gotta go to
I'm trying to
Sting for this, and because I definitely don't know my X-Men. I don't know my X-Men.
Shit. Who could you be on X-Men? Black? Skin. You could be Skin from Generation X. You could be Chamber. That'd be a flip on Chamber.
What about that guy from X-Force?
Which one?
Which one? Sunfire? Or
No.
Richter?
Bedlam.
Bedlam. Yeah, he could be
Yes.
Bedlam's not bad. Sync is SYNCH. Mike.
Yeah.
Mike was just asking, how do you spell? Is it spelled Sync?
GW Bridge you could play, but that
GW Bridge would be old school. Yeah, he could do that though.
That's tough. I don't know.
It's tough. But yeah, no,
because the thing is, if we're looking at the characters, right, there's no mid age. They're either like teens or they're older.
What do you mean? There's no
Right?
Night Thrasher. He could be Night Thrasher still.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Recruit.
I guess I was immediately gonna say Static, actually, which wouldn't be a bad role. But at the end of the day, they might be looking for a younger kid to play Static, so they can like age him up.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Bedlam was Terry Crews. Terry Crews played Bedlam.
Yeah, that
Wait,
don't count
did?
no more.
Did
Yeah,
he?
did. He got killed real bad.
Those castings don't.
They don't count.
Oh yeah,
That didn't happen to Shatterstar. Let's all shut up.
You could be Deathlock. You could be
Oh,
Deathlock.
shit.
Oh,
Oh
Or-
shit!
Or the
That's
older
legit.
version of Cloak.
Yo,
Yeah,
or
that's not bad.
rebranding of Cloak.
That's
Yo,
not
Cloak,
bad.
Cloak isn't bad, man.
Cloak's a good
So down
character.
to
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cloak
so
in the
down to
comic
be
books
Cloak.
is older now. Like that's the other thing. He's not a kid anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm so
the
down to be
show was
Cloak.
about him when he was young, which I was just like, okay, but the character himself has been an adult for like the longest time.
What's her face? Dagger. She's been an adult too. But yo, so I've been trying to figure it out. I wanted Human Torch, but they already started shooting that.
Yeah.
They already started shooting that.
And they've already ruined. I don't know how that's gonna look. We'll see.
It's gonna look great.
Jennifer Lawrence is Invisible Woman.
What?
Is that what you're
Is
saying?
there a casting?
Huh?
They've already
They already
cast
cast you.
Fantastic
Stop it.
Four?
Look at him.
Already
Look at him.
casted it, dog. They already casted it.
You're playing
And
around.
why
stop.
is
I'm not.
get out of
I'm
here?
not.
Get out of here. Why is
I-
Jennifer
no.
Lawrence in this?
Yeah.
Please tell me
Because
you're
no,
joking.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence.
No way. No.
I
So-
don't believe that.
I don't even
Here's-
care if you
here's-
think this is real. I'm not even gonna believe it.
Vincent's wife.
Here's my guesstimation, right? So
I've seen
I
those
know.
rumors, but I don't know if that's legit.
here's why I think that. I'm gonna give you my evidence and right.
Hollywood
So,
evidence. Here.
I have a lot of insider information. I'm giving you right now. I know about a lot of certain shooting stuff. Okay.
Okay.
So right now, I know for a fact that they started shooting Fantastic Four in Atlanta.
Okay.
Right. Rumors have it, allegedly, that Jennifer Lawrence flew out at the same time to Atlanta and has been there ever since, and has been seen on set.
Oh Lord.
This is making me sad.
Why?
I legit.
That's the title.
I would find it.
This is making me sad.
Yeah.
That's the title.
What'd you say, Dave?
I
What'd you say, Dave?
I'm not a big fan, man. I'm not a fan.
It'd be just so weird if it's Jennifer Lawrence because she's already been in the.
You know what?
Exorcist.
It's not even about her already playing a character. She didn't play that character well enough to my liking, to be honest. Whether writing or not.
Nobody did.
sh-
The whole movie was bad.
What about Krasinski's
Oh.
wife? Like, guys, hello, we've been
Right?
saying-
Yeah.
I would have
Weird.
preferred that casting. Krasinski
Yeah, but that's
and
been
his
like
wife.
dream casting for a minute.
Yeah, and you're
I know.
supposed to listen to it.
I know,
Like,
I know, I know.
Like,
I know everybody wants that, but I don't think that's what we were gonna get. I'll be honest
too
with you guys.
expensive.
Who did
that's why.
I
you
know
get for Sue
everybody
Storm
really
in the trash one with Michael
Alba.
B. Jordan?
No, some girl. I can't remember her name. Shit. Sorry. I
Wasn't it
apologize.
the girl
Oh,
from?
yeah.
No, it wasn't the girl from the Harry Potters, but she looks like the girl from the Harry Potters.
It wasn't Hermione.
Mara,
Oh,
Mara,
Kate,
what's her
Kate
last-
Mara?
Kate Mara. That's it.
Was it Kate Mara? Okay. Damn. Yeah, no, please. I hope it's not true.
Jennifer Lawrence.
I mean, at the end of the
as-
The
day,
thing is,
if-
Jennifer Lawrence, that's kind of shitting on. Like, you only get 3 strikes in a movie franchise, and
She has 4. She has 4 right now.
That is not making it to a.
No, but I mean,
a
like
trilogy and
Fantastic
she's in it.
Four, like the first ones,
really-
they were passable,
hope
but
it's not.
not. And then, like, you don't get to redo Fantastic Four anymore after this. You
Why
can't.
would
do
they
it.
make her the mom? Like, what are you doing?
Like, if the fans are telling
Fuck,
you who
fuck.
to cast and it's a good idea, why not just do it?
Anyways,
But at this point, the other thing is they're not going to.
My bad, guys.
We're not doing the team that young,
no.
right?
Oh, no,
like
no.
Like,
But
she's
you-
also
and
not
I-
young, right? She's like in her 30s. You know, she's is she actually?
Nah, Jennifer Lawrence is like our age, so she's like 36.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so I mean,
Yeah, bro.
it works casting wise, but I
Yeah.
just don't want her to play it. Unfortunately,
don't
that's
want her
that's
to
my.
play
I
Oh
kind
no,
of
she's 30. She's 30.
I agree with Toby on this one though.
Yeah.
I would
But
not
here's-
want to see her as Sue Storm, and I actually don't believe her. I don't think she's a bad actress, but I don't.
But I don't believe her acting.
I don't believe her being able to act that. I don't see it. I don't see her. I don't.
Guys, I'm looking at it right now. Jennifer Lawrence rumored for John Watts' Fantastic Four. I'm looking at it right now.
Stop, man.
The Insider.
no, I know.
I
saw
wanted to
rumors.
stay. I wanted to stay as a rumor.
Here's the
I
thing,
saw
though.
the
Here's the
list
thing.
of all the actors that were for Mr. Fantastic, but I just because none of those are confirmed; those are all just rumors. So
Who
I'm
they
just
got?
like, "Bah, I'd rather just wait till they.
Oh, you
announce
want to wait?
because-
Okay, so we won't say.
Oh
anything.
man,
I think John.
No, no,
I
no.
think
We
John
can
got
discuss
it.
it. I have to find the list. Though. You guys keep talking about it. I'll
John
look at.
got it.
Find that list. I'm down with this.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm not going to counter out because Marvel has this mysterious way of taking people who fucked up originally on Marvel movies and brought them back. And look, for example, you look at Chris Evans, right? Chris Evans did like
Human Torch.
I personally enjoyed,
But he was a
I
good
personally
Human
enjoyed-
Torch.
Yeah.
I personally
He was.
enjoyed that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Yeah, but he comes back and he does a great Captain America, and then you have Michael B. Jordan came in, did it. You know what I mean? Like they haven't missed. They haven't missed on one casting, not one. Like I'm talking from I'm talking from voice to stature to like they look every person that's been casted for a Marvel flick has been ideal. It's as if Stan Lee wrote the character for that person himself. And the only person he did that for was Samuel L. Jackson. That's the only person. That's the only. He specifically changed Nick Fury to black.
Oh yeah.
With the intent that when it becomes a movie, that Samuel Jackson made. Samuel Jackson. What was the audition process? I remember watching the interview. What was the audition process for Nick Fury? Audition process. You wrote it for me. Do you know how amazing that is?
I am Nick Fury.
These comic books have been going for years since the 50s.
Yeah,
he changed it up for
that
him
was
to do it.
nod.
And it was just like,
I think Marvel more so in casting, probably more of the fails are on the villainous side than the actual like hero side. Like Ivan Vanko. Ivan Vanko.
Yeah, Ivan Vanko was kind of weird. That
wasn't that great. Yeah, he wasn't that great,
He
man.
was good,
he
but
was
he wasn't
amazing.
great. But I didn't like the dude. I didn't like the dude Aldrich. I didn't like Aldrich from the third one. Even worse.
What about Thor? What about Thor: The Dark World? Malekith.
Who was that even?
Exactly.
No, he did a good Malekith. The movie was not written the best.
No, he didn't do a good
Who
job.
was Malekith?
Yeah, I disagree.
That's why the movie
Christopher Ecclestone.
But Ivan Vanko,
Eccleston,
the character who played him, he was amazing.
Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke is a good actor. I just don't know if that acting worked for me in that movie, to be honest.
No, but that's because he had conflict with the writers and like they had
John and Favreau.
No, he had major complaints.
Yeah, he did, and they cut a whole bunch of his scenes, and he talked about it afterwards and stuff like that. He really didn't have a good experience on that film. That was one of the issues that
he's the only person to have
I feel led.
Worst villain in Marvel, period, has to be either Apocalypse or Dane DeHaan as Green Goblin.
Overall,
yes. Sony, Sony, Disney, Unfortunately, they're on.
Here's the thing, right? It's that what people seem to forget is that no company ever made movies the way Marvel and Disney's doing it now. They're doing multiple movies to tell a long story, right? Whereas Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, which I think Tobey did a great job personally.
Same.
I think he did a fantastic job, right? It's just the way things are written and the way you edit it. Getting into the acting world, you see that there's the last thing is it's not the actor's fault because you're in their face, but people made movies for just to make movies. For example, you have X-Men 1, X-Men 2, and then X-Men 3 Last Stand. None of it makes any sense.
Ooh, I kind of like. I kind of like.
Makes sense. The third one is convoluted as fuck.
You like it for the fact of for the cinematography and for the movie itself, but storyline wise, it doesn't make sense. For example, Sabretooth. You have Sabretooth, who's his arch nemesis. Everybody knows that, right? Then afterwards, Wolverine Origins, you make him his brother. When they recognize each other in the first, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so they didn't do a very good job. They didn't do a very good job of connecting anything.
Universe well.
Yeah, because in the comic books, they are, if you read back, they are brothers in a sense. Like, there's been multiple storylines where that's the case.
Yeah,
but they did not connect. Yeah,
there's different variations, but if you're gonna do that, right, you have to use one variation that's gonna be because for people like us, we're gonna go watch this. We're sitting here, we're like, we're gonna fucking talking shit and all that stuff. But you know what I mean? Like that's what I be doing. And shit. I be checking the Reddit comments and stuff like that all the time. But Marvel has changed the game on how not just superhero movies, but movies. Justice League is trying to follow suit.
Oh, we're not even. Dude,
God.
Nope.
if we talk about Justice League one more time, I can't. We've had, dude. I can't.
No.
We've said our piece, so
Neither can I. I actually
pressure just went up thinking about it again. Like
I actually, funny enough, after the extended cut, the Snyder cut, I literally tried. I was like, you know what? Maybe I should give Batman versus Superman extended cut a try. And 10 minutes in, after seeing the building collapse, Bruce, I was like, I'm done. I just turned it off. I'm like, I'm not even gonna watch this whole movie again. This is trash.
What it did spark though, is that the Russo brothers might give out a director's cut. A 6 hour. I will tap into that.
Oh, I heard about
yeah.
that. Yes, the
I'm down with
I
that.
will tap
That's crazy.
Yes.
dedicate the quarter of a day.
Can you
I will
imagine
tap
a
into that.
6-hour cut? My God, that is
Don't bother me.
insane. That is
Yeah.
Don't
insane.
bother me. I'm so down.
Okay, I found the odds that I don't. This is unfortunately from December. So this isn't the latest list that I've seen people talking about, but this is one of them. John Krasinski was number one, obviously.
Right.
And then an interesting thing that I'm seeing is there were a lot of people of color that people are betting on. So John David Washington for Reed Richards.
Stop.
Dev Patel.
Stop.
I need to stop doing that shit.
They've been saying they were going to do that shit for a minute.
Yeah, Rahul Kohli, who was on iZombie. He played the Indian doctor on iZombie, and then William Jackson Harper, who played the black dude on The Good Place. William Jackson Harper as a black Reed Richards, I'm not mad at. I don't want it, but I'm not mad at it.
Wait, who?
I don't want it. The dude, the black dude from the Good Place.
Listen,
with Kristen Bell?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Cheating. Yeah.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
no,
I don't
terrible.
want it.
It is terrible.
I don't want it.
I didn't want to say it, but
I'm just saying I don't want it. I'm not saying I want to see it on screen, but if you're gonna have a black nerd play Reed Richards, that guy looks the part. That's all I'm saying.
I see that.
But what I listen, I get what's coming in the world and what is and where we're going in terms of opportunities for black people, Hispanics, everybody, right? For minorities. I get
the race and gender bending of characters though is a little much sometimes.
Yeah,
too much.
it's not good.
I'd rather you just create like some characters. Like for example, you look at Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
Any of those characters, you can change them up. Anything. It's not that important into the series, right? It's not that important into the series. Flash Thompson, you can make him Indian. I don't care. Ned, you can make him Filipino. I don't give a shit. Right? MJ, you can put Zendaya as a. I don't care because those aren't that instrumental into the grand scheme of the universe. Right?
Yeah.
But these the fundamental characters that we grew up on and that we know that people in for, you can't just go and just and switch them up like that.
Insane.
I would have had a problem if they made Peter Parker black versus bringing in Miles Morales.
100%.
Yes,
Right?
Of course.
Yeah.
And that's the thing we've been trying to tell people. We've been trying to tell people from Jump. Shout outs to the guys from Bruh, It's a Podcast, because they had me on and they asked me this exact question. And I've been saying from Jump, Zazie Beetz, you did a great job. But did Zazie Beetz playing Domino help a black character in the comic book? No, it helped a white character have more interest. And I don't want that. Develop the black characters. We have them. You guys didn't write them for the longest time in some cases because that was just the case back then. And that's unfortunate. But we've been developing them since the 70s. So put these black characters out there.
And stop putting black in front of their damn names.
Yes.
They actually cracked the joke in Falcon and Winter Soldier with Black Falcon.
Yeah. That was great.
And it was the black kids who said it too, which was Marvel.
I call you a black kid, and it's just like,
well, I didn't know only a black person could do that too.
That was great. That was great.
But yes, it's not necessary. Everybody can tell who you are. Just give me the name of the hero, like Goliath. I call him Goliath, but it's Black Goliath if you go to the comic books. You know what I mean? Like it's useless.
And I'd be down to see Blue. I'd be down to see Blue Marvel show up. That's one character. Adam Brashear is his name. Brashear. You're talking about essentially a black Superman, and in Marvel, who has a really interesting story about his, civil rights movement. The president of the United States asked him to stop being a superhero, essentially threatened him. If you continue to be a superhero, we're going to have to bring you in, and told him you're not allowed to act actively as a superhero anymore. And he steps down and doesn't do any superhero work for, I don't know, like 40 years or some crazy shit. And that
it would have been cool. It would have been cool to see him brought in WandaVision, because he had a relationship with Monica, right? In the comics. So it would have been cool to kind of see a nod to Adam Brashear in there.
But we don't know. We don't know. That could be the person that they're going to see, that she's going to see.
Ooh, I don't know if he's what. I don't know if that's his what's it called?
The person she's going to at the end.
Yeah, no, the engineer she was going to go see. I don't think it was him.
We know the engineer wasn't a character.
I know.
The writer said it. Are people still?
I know this.
No, because it's funny. You guys are the only ones. I've been seeing people still post about the engineer, and I'm like, guys, the writer said it's not, and people are just like, nah, man, red herring. I'm like,
nah, man, he lying.
Let people believe what they want.
See, those are the fans I love. The fans that are still sticking to an idea that, like, the writer has told them, no, that's not it. That I'm down with.
Sure, wink, wink. We get it. Wink, wink.
Anybody at Marvel, cast me for something but stop putting black people in these weird positions. Like, bro. Yeah, bro. Like, they just gave what's his face the role of fucking the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yes, Donald Faison.
I don't like that.
Yeah, the guy from Scrubs.
The professor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a professor. You know who should have done that? Y'all remember?
Who? What?
Like the original one? Flintstone?
Yeah.
You know who should have played that? The doctor for the Powerpuff Girls? Hold on, let me find it. It's the nigga it's the villain in the Flintstones. Cliff.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I remember who played the bad guy in that.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Oh, exactly.
Shit. Yes.
Patrick Wahlberg.
Yes. You were right.
Oh, Wahlburton.
Yeah.
He was also in How I Met Your Mother. He was the captain or whatever.
Yeah. Wahlburton has.
No, sorry,
face, but he's the Tick, right?
No. They're talking about.
No, he's not the Tick.
They're talking about someone else. Sorry. How I Met Your Mother. The guy who's the star of Twin Peaks is who you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Exactly. The original Twin Peaks, I think, though.
Yes, and when it came back.
Oh,
yeah, Kyle,
okay, that guy.
Kyle McLaughlin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
He
still could have pulled off the dad.
Oh, that's it. Well, it's funny that you say that because he played the dad of the girl who's playing Blossom on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. He played Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
me.
No. Yeah.
That was interesting.
That's why I would have casted for that. But no, Marvel. We need to find go back into the podcast earlier. All my brothers right here have great suggestions. Great suggestions. Because I'm trying, it is a personal goal of mine to get into the MCU.
Bomb.
That's not that unachievable, man.
Nope.
I think it's possible.
It's not
possible.
It's 100%. It's one. I'm giving y'all an exclusive.
You could also be technically any alien, like someone from the Starjammers or something.
I don't want to be no fucking alien. I want people to know my face.
I don't want to be under all that makeup.
What's his name? Batista. Alien.
But Batista is still recognizable though.
And you're saying that this handsome man won't be recognizable past the freaking?
Look at you trying to.
Hey, if he's gonna make it big, I want to ride those coattails as far as possible.
Nah, I don't want no fucking alien. I want to be recognizable. I want to be able to put on a suit and take off the suit. And be walking around in regular clothes and then put on a suit.
Who did Will.i.am play in X-Men Origins?
Yeah, that shitty teleporter.
But I mean,
that's so funny.
it could be done better. Or they could bring
Well,
back what's his
you
name
know.
that they
Well,
killed off that was supposed to be immortal.
If they're gonna recast,
yeah.
people, they
Darwin.
could be
Yeah,
Bishop.
Darwin.
Yeah, Darwin.
Darwin was Darwin was
Darwin's
done,
a good one.
Darwin was
Yeah.
done dirty. That was
We'll see.
disrespectful.
I just know that yeah, they really fucked up. Send a little bubblegum bomb just
And that's yeah, it's true. It was mad week how he died.
Super weak.
it was doing the nay all that shit. I was like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
you doing? But
Doing the name.
what the fuck?
Nay, nay.
Not for whatever. I need to be in that series. And Nick Cannon, don't think I forgot, bitch.
Wild and Out's back, right?
Yeah, it's coming back.
No, it's back.
Yeah.
It showed last night. It showed last
Yeah,
night.
okay, that's what I thought. Yeah,
So you weren't here the last time, right? You weren't here the last time. I don't know if you watched the podcast, but I'm a Connect 4 connoisseur, right?
You're a what connoisseur?
Connect 4. The challenge has been put out.
Bro, I will destroy you in Connect 4.
Oh no!
I will, yo.
Toby, you're on your own. homie.
I'm telling you. Ask anyone.
I'll follow up after you two are
Yo!
done. If every one of you two,
Bro.
like,
I only lost one game in almost 2 years at work. Trust me,
it.
bro.
This is it. This is when things get crazy.
Trust me, bro.
Toby, you don't know.
And then when we're done with Connect 4, let's play some chess right after that.
no.
Akeem plays Connect 4 like most people play chess. That's what I'm saying. Like he doesn't fuck around
Bro.
with it.
Trust me.
Okay.
I know all the moves too. I know the
I'm just-
7. Trust me, bro. I know the moves too, bro. We're good. Let's do it.
Yo, okay.
Virtual? You want to have a virtual tournament? Look,
he's staring through you, bro.
I think he's frozen. I think he's frozen.
We actually have to sign off soon, so I'll let you guys get this off real quick because we got to sign off. And
That's good. This gives me something to look forward to when we actually meet face to face.
Skinny.
Akeem.
You guys have known me for quite a while now. You see me on Instagram. You see my
Yes.
stories. You see my posts.
I know.
I've been on the
That's why I'm
podcast.
trying to warn him.
You're trying to post. You're trying to post like you're the Connect 4 god. Is that what's happening here?
Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon. Hit my line. Don't listen to this fool. Okay? He knows not what he speaks. He knows not what he talks. Okay? I am GOAT.
Hey,
The Empress.
I would love for you. You can have the Wild and Out crown if you want, but you're not taking that Connect 4 crown home with you, bruh. Just saying. The gauntlet has been thrown, my friend.
Where?
Speaking of which, isn't that coming out soon?
Yeah, they use April 23rd. They pumped.
Yeah.
Pushed
Oh, nice.
it back a week. I think.
Right. This is your
Guys, we gotta-
people's.
Akeem, I tried. I like real talk, Toby. I hope you're as good as you say because I know Akeem.
Yo, bro.
Hey,
This is your people's.
I'm ready, bro. We can play best of 7. Let's do it. Yes. Yeah.
anyway,
I love a challenge.
I know.
What do you want me to
I-
say?
guys, this has been a fun episode of Geek Classic Sci-Fi.
I love it.
The only geek news and rumor we had was they dropped the New Gods and the Trench films from DCEU. Bye. We don't give a. No one cares.
Yeah.
They announced that news and we were kind of just like, good job. Close it down. That's it. That was the only news we had. Akeem looks. Akeem's face.
He looks like I like threw him into another dimension with that statement. he's still navigating the multiverse of madness right now.
This is gonna be crazy. I'm actually really excited because I feel like when we do have the Connect 4, when we do have it, we definitely will have to film it because it's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
to
that
see
has to be filmed.
that we have to film that. So that's going to be some.
So we can play online via text nothing.
No, go ahead. You guys do you.
Sure,
I was
we can
thinking-
do
when
that.
you
It's
get-
no problem.
No, but they're not gonna play me online on camera.
You can screen
You guys-
record, can't you?
I could set it up that you guys play and we stream it. If you guys
We
want.
could. I mean, it's not the same as playing in person when you can actually feel, you can feel the loss.
Oh Lord.
I'm glad he said it. I'm glad he's the one that said it.
You want to hear that? You want to hear the cylinder go down and click. You need to hear it.
I love where this is headed. This is awesome.
Right.
Anyways,
We're having such a good time. Dave, we were having such a good time.
Oh man,
So much
I didn't
fun.
know you took your crown that seriously. If you have one, I didn't know.
Ooh, if you have one.
all you guys out there, we will work on this next 4 game best of 7 for these two. We will let them figure that out for the future. For the rest of you, want to remind you guys once again, make sure you go and vote cultmtl.com/vote best of MTL. Best comedian, we got category 78. Shout outs to our boy Akeem. Best podcast, category 23. Shout outs to Geektastic Rifle. We appreciate the love you guys have shown us so far. We've been doing it. The road to 250. This is episode 243. We're going to be 250 episodes in no time. Next week, we have a very special episode planned for you guys. Are we going to announce that now, or do we want to announce that?
I think we said we'd announce it today.
We did? Okay. Skinny, do you want to do the honors of shouting out your boy and for episode?
Yeah, next week we got a special episode presented by Treats and Treats. Where they'll be providing us with the treats, and we'll be treating y'all to a funny ass podcast while we're high off some shit. So yeah,
This is a company that specializes in delectable edibles.
And Toby's a frequenter, so he's gonna kill all of us, and he's gonna be very coherent. And the rest of I don't even know. Like, I'm gonna be drooling on some shit. Dave, who knows?
We'll measure it out.
I'm gonna be the only one who's not on edibles, so I'm excited to see.
Why wouldn't you do it though?
Because I've never smoked weed. I'm not gonna start with
It's
edibles.
not the same. No.
Guys, you're not.
Dude, never smoking and then ingest it in his system,
I'm not.
bro.
If I've never smoked weed, I'm not gonna do my first time edibles on a podcast. I'm not.
Listen, if you do a certain amount, and we just make sure your girl's around because she's a nurse.
I'm
so
not
make sure you're okay.
not helping to fight his dumb ass.
Do not let this delusional ass nigga influence you.
Dude. Homie, if the hot girl in grade 7 that I had that I was dating broke up with me because I wouldn't smoke weed, I actually ended up with like one of the hottest girls in the grade, and the one thing she said was, she's just like, "You're gonna smoke with me, right?" And when I told her, "No, I don't smoke weed," she broke up with me. If at 13,
grade 7,
if at 13, the hottest girl,
what school did you go to?
Wager.
Of course.
How many times I gotta tell y'all? I grew up in Uptown. I went to Wager. I had a school where we had dominoes competitions that were sanctioned by the school. I'm not playing.
That's crazy.
That girl dated you because you're supposed to smoke the weed as the black dude. That's why she dated you.
No cap, Brian. I want
actually power to you. Power to you.
I want
Say what?
Yeah, grade 7.
Sorry.
High school reunion. I want to come
High
to
school
your
reunion.
high school
Oh,
reunion.
we haven't had the reunion.
Let me know. I'm flying back for it. I'm flying back for it. We're gonna go to your high school reunion, Dave. I'm gonna do some good Caribbean food, and tell him I'm gonna take him on the bus to Toronto and fuck you up.
Bring that Connect 4 with you on your way here, bro. Let's
Lord have mercy. This is a crazy episode. Okay, we got to sign off because this is a long one.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Vote. We appreciate you guys.
Thanks for having
Everybody.
me, guys.
Yo, thanks, man. Thank you so
Thanks
much
for
for coming through, homie. We really
Thank you.
appreciate it, guys. We're gonna sign off now. We want to thank you guys for tuning in once again. Make sure you go vote. Make sure you follow us on all social medias. We out, kids. Peace, everybody.
Peace.
Deuces.